Dear friends, I am very happy this afternoon that we have with us our dear Mahamandaleshwar Swami Vivek Puri to give us knowledge and his many years of the knowledge and experience and the practice of the yoga in daily life. So just a little introduction. Mahamandaleshwar Swami Vivek Puri has been practicing and teaching the system of yoga in daily life under the guidance of His Holiness Vishwaguru Paramahams Sri Swami Maheshwaranandaji for the last 38 years. And also he's a co-founder of the Yoga in Daily Life of Croatia from 1984. And he has been president of the Hindu Religious Society of Croatia, founded in 2003. And the Hindu Religious Society of Croatia is organization in special consultative status with the UN Economic and Social Council since 2019. In 2013, during the Kumbh Mela in Prayagraj, he was awarded the title of Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhara for his work in promoting yoga, Sanatana Dharma, and culture of India. Mahamandaleshwar Swami Vivek Puri serves tirelessly giving yoga classes and leads different kinds of weekend workshops and lectures in Croatia and different countries of Europe and other parts of the world, in Canada, US, and Australia. And it is very great honor to have him with us and that he share his wisdom to all participating on this webinar. So, and again, I want to thank to Indian Embassy for organizing these opportunities, holding these webinars, for popularizing and spreading yoga message to all the people. And in a few minutes, when His Excellency Ambassador will connect, then he will be joining to this webinar. But I would like to ask Swami Vivek Puri to start with his presentation.
Hari Om, dear friends. Thank you, dear Yadranko, for this introduction. When you asked me about this webinar, this lecture, I was thinking which topic will be good to have. And I learned from my guru that the best topic is when you said yoga in daily life. When you said yoga in daily life, you are in that moment completely open and you are able to talk about everything what come in that moment. And I know that almost everybody of you are familiar with the yoga and that you are practicing yoga, and talking about just basic yoga is not so interesting. I will in the beginning tell few main things about yoga in daily life. When I start with yoga, when I met my guru, Vishwaguruji Paramahams Swami Maheshwaranandaji, normally in that time we were thinking that we know a lot of things about yoga. And I asked Swamiji, which kind of yoga we are practicing? And Swamiji said, yoga in daily life. And I was thinking, he didn't understand me. But which yoga we are practicing? And he told me again, yoga in daily life. And that was something what was remain in my mind. And all the time I was thinking, okay, but must be some, because Raja Yoga, Gyan Yoga, that yoga, Kundalini Yoga, all these things we hear about yoga, but we are yoga in daily life. What means this? And I realized, and through his lectures, he gave explanation that when you practice yoga, first you must know what is the yoga. Yoga is not this stretching, this strange asanas. I will not tell asanas, but some strange exercise, what is now visible on the internet, all this social media. Some be open. Some of that movements, positions are not in the books. There are some new things what is people innovate and think that is the good looking on the picture. But if you practice yoga, you must know that yoga, what means yoga? Yog or yog is something which is balancing two oxes. Ox, which is pulling the car. This, and you know this wooden part, which is connecting between two oxes. If we will not have this, in one moment, one ox will go first, other back, and car will not move smoothly. But if we want to have movements, we need the balance of these two, conscience and energy, Shiva and Shakti. And Yog is that balance in the whole universe, which is balancing principle. And only when we have yoga, in that moment, everything is in the balance. Also, yoga means reunion with our source. What means that in yoga, we are talking that our self, our Atma, is same like a Paramatma, absolute cosmic consciousness. Just imagine we are all of us sitting in some room. And that room is separate with the walls. And space in this room is not different than the space what is outside. If we put down all these walls, we will have one space. And that is the yoga. Yoga means that space in us, that light in us, that Atma is same like a Paramatma, absolute, cosmics. And reunion, like a river, when again come to the ocean, become the ocean. That is the meaning of yoga. And what is in front of this yoga? It is just a method, how to get this yoga. Union with the absolute. Not union with the absolute, but knowing our real self. Knowing and understanding that it is not different between me, not ego, but this light, what is in my heart. That light is in every creature, in everything, and that cosmic conscience, cosmic light is the same in me, and that is the aim of yoga. And if we want to come to that yoga, imagine that you build the pyramid. When you build the pyramid, you will not build only one side. When you're building the pyramid, you must build all four sides equally and same time. Only on that way you will reach the peak and you will finish the pyramid. That is with yoga. We have four main pillars, four main walls of that pyramid, and that is the Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Karma Yoga. And only when we build all four, not equally, because it is also depending on our quality, on our feelings, which part will be little more for us. But we should do all four yoga. And on that way, we will come on the top. And because of that, Vishaguruji gave the name Yoga in Daily Life system, because we are practicing not only twice a week, 5 times a week, every day, but 24 hours, 7 days. All the time we are practicing yoga. And that is the yoga in our whole day activities, in our thinking, in our sleeping. When we are sleeping, we are also practicing yoga. That is the yoga nidra. When you are working something, all the time we have yoga. And when people on the yoga class, when I ask them, do you have some question? And people said, oh, no, it is not connected with yoga. I try to say, no, everything is connected with yoga. How you are planting the trees, how you are working with the herbs, some medicine, some breathing, some toilet, everything is connecting with yoga, your social life. And because of that, in yoga in daily life, Vishaguruji all the time talking that we should thinking and work on our 4 health: physical health, mental health, social health, and spiritual. It's not only physical health and to be physically healthy, or we are trying to correct some complexity, something, and we said that is our mental health and our spiritual. No, also we must thinking of our social health, because social health is very important to be a healthy member of society. And only through that if we are healthy, we will support the society, and society will be healthy. And when we are talking now, it's very popular to talk against government, against society, against family, how is not good. Yes, they are not good because we have some problem. First, always what we learn from Vishaguruji, always start first from ourselves. Other is not guilty. Problem is in us. And because of that, try to change ourselves. And because of that, in some poem, I don't know now from whom, but I think Khalil Gibran said, when I was young, I wanted to change whole world. After that, I want to change my family. But now I realize that there's only one place in the universe which is possible to change, and that is our self, that is me. And that is yoga in daily life. We are not trying to be somebody who will change others, but first we will start to changing ourselves in the good way. And only through that, we will be able to change, to make that society will be strong, healthy, and good. And not only this for health, which is very important in yoga in daily life, we are also practicing a lot of asanas. But when we practice a lot of asanas, it is not only stretching, practicing some asanas. We are understanding why we are practicing asanas. Not only because of healthy body and mind and nice looking body, but we must understand that we are not only this physical body. In yoga, you know that is always explaining 5 bodies, 5 koshas. And first, and I will say maybe the easiest way for starting is the Annamaya kosha. Anna is also, it's mean the food. And that is the body of our food, what we are eating, that is also our body, that is building our body. And Annamaya Kosha is this physical body. We have Pranamaya Kosha, that is the energy, prana, energy. Manamaya Kosha, that is mind. Vijnanamaya Kosha is knowledge, intellect. And Anandamaya Kosha, people usually say that is the causal body, but it is also very important that we understand that this Ananda is mean that joy, this happiness, this Ananda, blissful. And if we want to be healthy, but not only physical health, physical, mental, social, spiritual health. I said before, we need to work on these whole 5 bodies. And when we practice asanas, we are not practicing only asanas for body. We are in the same time trying to feel our physical body, feel how that position is have influence on our pranic body, and we will feel some movements, not circulation, but some other movements of the prana, and on mental body. Sometimes you will really feel, and you will get an idea, you will get a knowledge in some asanas. And that is also on this Vijnanamaya Kosha. And we will have this good feeling, this Ananda. And only when we practice on that way, asanas, that is the real practicing of asana. Why we are in the yoga and daily life, in yoga generally have asanas. If you look in the past, you will see that in yoga was not so much asanas. It was more about meditation, and it is about changing ourselves, changing, and how to said on the good way. When we start to exist on this physical level, we begin with the one cell. And if you look this fetus, how is developing, you will see that all this development is like evolution, one cell till the human. And we born, but our evolution is not finished. Our evolution is continued. And that evolution is further to the divine consciousness. On the West, Nietzsche said that the human is this stream, that's the line between monkey to Übermensch, this higher man. But we said in yoga, because in yoga we always talk about Kundalini, and in yoga and daily life, Kundalini yoga is very important. We are not calling this Kundalini. We are talking about chakras and Kundalini. But there is the Kundalini yoga, and we are talking always about our physical body. That is the divide in the 3 parts. One part is from the toe till the hip joints. That part is the mineral, plant, animal. From the Muladhara chakra, that is approximately beginning of the spinal column, till the throat, that is the human body. And that is the human level of the conscience. And Agya, Bindu Sahasrara chakra, that we talk about divine consciousness. And when we talk about awakening of Kundalini is not some shaking, some strange breathing and all this experience. No, we learned from Vishwa Guruji one very important sentence. If you feel during the meditation that something is going through your spinal column, it is a time for wash yourself and change the dress. But if you still have this itching and some is going through your spinal column, go to the doctor, dermatologist. Maybe you have some worms, something like this. No, awakening of Kundalini, meaning awakening of our conscience. Because of that, I said that it's mineral till the God, this divine conscience. And when we talk about Muladhara, we are always talking about the unconscious level. When we talk about Svadhisthana, that is the subconscious level. And when we talk about Manipur chakra, we are talking on this conscience, this level. And because of that, you will see that the Manipur chakra is, when we talk about Manipur chakra, we say that is the conscience of, that is the level of our conscience, like we are living in the heaven. And that is also very important. In spirituality, you should have the happiness, not sorrow, not pain. No, this life is, oh, I am in the deep coma. Or no. In spirituality, if you're on the right way, we must be in Ananda. And because of that, we said that Manipur chakra is the level of consciousness of the heaven. And if you ask somebody, how are you? And he said, oh, no, I'm not good. My Sahasrara chakra is, no, you are not good. If you are talking about something up, you must be in the blissfulness, not I am not so good. It meaning that you are below down. If you have fear, we said that is the fear is the not human quality, because that fear is coming from this below Muladhara chakra, that part. But when we talk about this chakra, we must understand, and that is also teaching in yoga and daily life, that the chakra is something like, I will say, something like reflex zone. Like when you're massaging the ear or something, and you said, oh, you have problem with your ears. Everybody knows that here is not ear. But we know that is the reflection zone for ears. Same thing, this chakra on our body is reflexive zone to some center in our brain. And when we practice asanas, when we practice concentration of some center, we are stimulating some center in the brain. And that is the start also of evolution. And that is also one big part of yoga in daily life, that we talk all the time about Kundalini. Not specially, and we will say via Kundalini yoga. No, it is just normal that all the time when you practice yoga, when you practice some asanas from the first level, because in yoga and daily life you have 8 levels of, and we are practicing approximately 3 months every level. And on each level, first or 6th or 8th, all the time, every asana, technique or everything what you are practicing, you are also practicing, and you are practicing Kundalini. And because before I was talking about Jnana yoga, Bhakti yoga, Raja yoga, and all this, always I have one idea. I saw that 99% of you are correct, or from this, and strange to talk to you on English, but you know what is the baklava. Baklava is one very, for those who don't know, one very nice sweet. And when you bake baklava, you're baking in the two parts. One is just dry. And second is like in India, sugar and water. Gulab jam. Yes, that is on India. Imagine that is something similar. And when you have this dry part, and you have this water and sweet. If you eat only one, it is not good. Sometimes this sweet water is awful. But when you put together and mix together and wait, you will have fantastic sweet. Same thing, if you have only jnana, dry knowledge, without bhakti, it is not good. If you have bhakti, very easy, you will slipper into the fanatism. And you need to have jnana. Only with the jnana and bhakti and jnana, we will go further. But for all this, we need discipline. We need practicing. We need not only thinking about myself, myself, but all the time we should think about others. That is this topic, what I said also before, that is the social health. We are thinking about others, how to help, how to give support, not be afraid. Also during the meditation, many people are afraid when we talk about Kundalini, when we talk about energy, that I will lose my energy. If you think that you will lose your energy, if you think, no, I don't want to have contact with the others, or if you are in the tram or in the public transport, and all the time you are thinking, oh, these people are so terrible, that is the real Rakshasa, there is a so bad energy. I must keep and I must be clean and I must be separate from them. That is not yoga. That is something what is the egoism, that is only concentrate on me, mine, and how much more energy and more be powerful. No, in that moment you lose everything. All the time, give energy, give positive thoughts, give understanding. If you are in the hell, and all around of you is the devils, your positive energy, your positive feeling, and your giving will change atmosphere to the heaven. That is the real yoga. Also, we are all the time so obsessed with the food. Oh, that is not healthy. Oh, that is the problem. Oh, if I eat this, I can't this. No, in yoga is very important, only few things. Ahimsa paramo dharma. What means no killing, no make suffer to others. Because of that, we are vegetarian. We are not eating meat, fish, and eggs. Not because of my health. No, because of I will not injure anybody. Why? Because what I said in the beginning, Atma Soparama. We understand that in each being is that divine light. And first step of our spiritual development is when we understand that in everything is existing my light. And light of all being, everything is existing in me. And that is not two, that is only one. What guru of my guru, Madhavanandaji, said, one in all and all in one. And only that is important. when you know this, you will not think about, oh, I am suffering because I am vegetarian. You know that the only way is way of ahimsa, ahimsa paramo dharma. And that is important in food. But if we are all the time thinking, oh, that food will make impure and all this stuff, we should have on the mind one story. That story I really love. And that is the story about two Rakshasa. And that two Rakshasa was playing, entertaining with some very cruel game. One was change form in the food, and other change form in some householder. And waiting the guest will pass. And when some guest came, householder was so happy. Oh, it is my honor. You know, when guest is come to your house, it is like a god is come to your house. And please come, please eat. And when that poor man or women or child, everything for Rakshasa, everything, starts to eat, and when was completely trapped, what means satisfied, nice food. In that moment, the householder who changed form in the householder said to his brother, come out. And that brother was from the stomach, just jump out. And on that way was killing the people. Many people was killed on that way. And for that, one yogi here. And he purposely come to that village, to that area where was these two Rakshasa. And in that moment, Rakshasa was so happy. Imagine, you are not playing chess anymore with some regular people. You are practicing chess with somebody who knows play chess. And invited that yogi in house. And yogi was ate everything what he found on the table. And in the moment when householder, that Rakshasa said to his brother, go out, yogi was just touch his Manipur chakra, turn on circle and said, name of that Rakshasa, remain where you are. And that Rakshasa was destroyed by the fire, Agni. And that means yoga. Yoga is not meaning that you are weak, that you are suffering, that you are escaping from life. No, yoga is jumping the life. And you are sun. You are spreading that light. Sun is not afraid of the darkness. And you are just existing. Yogi is just existing with that feeling, with that inner peace and strength. And energy is radiating and light is radiating, and all darkness in our life just disappears. That means yogi. And how we will know that somebody is yogi or not? Because they said, when you have that quality, people like to be with you. Because everybody wants to be near the fire. Everybody wants to be near the light. And people is running away from the darkness and from war. If you have that quality of the Rakshasa, in that case, you are running in the darkness. And that is also teaching of yoga in daily life. Not be weak of, we said in one, but because in yoga and daily life is also very important in our lineage. In yoga, it's very important to have a lineage. We call this parampara. Parampara is a lineage of master, disciple, master, disciple, and disciple become master. And on that way, that is the main thing in the Sat Sanatana Dharma. That is the main thing in the yoga. Yoga is only possible to spread through that parampara. If you want to know something about yoga and about that school, always try to see the lineage of the master, which is before. And our lineage, I will not now make this and this our school is the best school, because no, we are all here practicing yoga, and we are not need to be missionary and talking only my. That is also one very important thing in yoga. In yoga, in Hinduism, in Sat Sanatana Dharma, we don't have this missionary. Never talk, my guru is better than your guru. All guru is good guru. All yoga is good yoga. Only who is not good, it is we. We can make misunderstanding and problems. But these teachings and this parampara, that is the good. And come to the topic back. I will say grandfather master, master of guru of Vishwa Guruji, Hans Madhavanandaji. In one bhajan, he said, Siddhi Paniranjan Sabadukha Bhanjan. What means, and now in that bhajan is explained, with that mantra, you will be free of all this negativity. You will not have a fear from some planets, some ghosts, some all this, because that is the real yoga. Not be afraid of some ghosts, not be in the fear of some position of the planets or some this ground energy what is coming. No. If you talk about this, remember a few days ago was a birthday of Swami Vivek. And Swami Vivekananda said once, if is one little star have influence on your life, which is your life? What is your life? What means you must understand that is the knowledge. Sorry, I must I must turn on light because it's dark. Sorry, I will come in the minute. Yes. I think, oh, sorry. I think now you have not so much light. Okay. And what Swami Vivekananda said, if is this a little planet have influence on your life, which is how is your life? You must understand what is in Sat Sanatana Dharma, and especially in Advaita Vedanta philosophy. And yoga in daily life is Advaita Vedanta philosophy. In Advaita Vedanta philosophy, we know that our Atma is giving the light even to the sun. And how is possible that this planet have influence on us? In the beginning, when we are beginners, yes. But how we are practicing, we understand this. That is the real yoga. Real yoga is not be afraid of some ghosts, some planets, some all this stuff. No. You must know that you are Sat Chit Ananda. Sat true, chit, conscience, bliss. You are that blissful conscience. You are Shiva. You are this conscience, this divine conscience. And because of that, we have this mantra, Soham. Soham means I am that I am. That Atma Sopar. That is also main principle in the yoga in daily life. And when I talk about these bhajans, that is very important thing. You know that holy men everywhere in the world was giving the lectures. But only lectures, only talking is also very easy to forget. But if you give in the song, if you give in the stories, that is the remember. And in yoga, you will see that yoga is teaching and always through some stories. Why? Because we are originally curious and we are always want to know what happens next. And because of that, and also singing songs, it is something what will make that we remembering the teachings. And this teaching is spreading through the songs, that is the bhajans. Bhajans is very important. And we have also in yoga and daily life another very important. I must say that is the most important. And that is the satsang. Satsang originally means sat sang. Sang is when you are together. And meeting. And sat is the true. Meeting with the true. Satsang is the positive society. And now, only 10 years ago, 10 years ago, was popular to talk about neuroplasticity of the brain. But in yoga was from beginning, everybody was knowing that it's very important your society. It's very important your thoughts. And your life is your life is depending on your thoughts and depending on your society. If you have a good thoughts, positive thoughts, you will have evolution. If you have a good society, you will have evolution. And if you have a bad society, very soon we will finish down. And because of that, we said that is satsang and kusang. Satsang is something what is making that we have utan. Utan means up, evolution. And patan means down. And patan is something when our awareness, our conscience, our knowledge, everything is going down. That is the hell. Hell is not somewhere where is some devil is torturing. Yes, some devil is torturing you. Devil of our thoughts is torturing, what means we are torturing ourselves. And sometimes you have everything, but all the time you have one or two thoughts which is torturing, and you are in the hell. That is utan and patan. And I always joke that is satsang something like AA group. You know what is the AA group? AA group is the Anonymous Alcoholic. And you need for everything support. When you are ill, you need support. When you are trying to do something, you need support. And the satsang is very important that people who are practicing yoga, people who are on the same way, we need each other. And they said that the best medicine for the human is another human. And that is the support group, that is the satsang. And that satsang is changing our behavior, changing our thoughts, and through that we are changing ourselves to the. And I saw now that I'm talking too much, and I promise that we will also practice some. And I talk also that in yoga in daily life we have also a lot of things about prana. When we talk about kundalini, always is prana, everything is prana. And what means pranayama? Pranayama means control of that prana. And I said in the short that once was yogis thinking how to manage all things in this world. But they realized that so many things that is impossible to know and to have knowledge about all and to manage all this. And they try to think on other way. What is this one? What is in everything? And they realize that is the prana. And if you control prana, you are able to control everything. And when we practice pranayama, we are not just breathing through one nose to another nose. We are not inhaling oxygen, exhaling bad stuff. And no, pranayama is something what is very important, but that is for some other topic, because mind is impossible to control. And if you want to control your mind, very soon you will finish in the mental hospital. But through controlling senses, controlling some other thing, especially prana, you will be able to control your mind. Always have on mind that conscience is this ocean. And very, very important. No ocean, no waves. No waves, no ocean. What means these thoughts, verities, is waves on this ocean. And never think that thoughts is something bad. Once I hear, if you want to see hand, how you will see hand? Only if light come to that hand, and that light will come to your eye. What means that you see the light. And if you want to see the light, you must have the object from what they will come back to you. And that is this conscience. It is, if it's not existing all this and our thoughts, it will be very, very hard or even impossible to realize that conscience. And our thoughts is something, what is the reflection? And in that reflection, try to see that light of conscience. And never try to stop, but try to, with your prana, with your breath, you will come down. One thing more, when we have practicing pranayama, we are always practicing pranayama, not always, but generally people practicing pranayama, that they are thinking the light is coming in my body and something like a fog, like everything what is not pure is going out. That is our Western way of thinking. Throw away. But where to throw? In that way, when we are inhaling the light and exhaling the darkness, we are like a Chernobyl. And we are polluting everything around us. But in yoga is very important one thing, Sarvesham, mantra, Sarvesham. Sarvashan means may all be happy, healthy, in peace, like all have, come to that unity, that yoga, become one with the Absolute. And if we want that all be happy, all means me also. And when you are inhale, you inhale that prana, that energy, which is neutral, we will say. And through your positive thoughts, Sarvesham, let all be happy, let all be in the peace, bliss, and come to that unity. And with that, you exhale, you give the positive color. You are not anymore Chernobyl. You are somebody who is purify and make the world better. And we will practice justice. Not too much. In yoga is, through these webinars, through yoga, through your practicing, all of you know that in yoga is very important, this complete yoga breath. What means inhale with the abdomen, chest area, clavicular area, exhale, clavicular, chest, and abdomen. And not influence on the breath, but just be aware I am inhaling and I am exhaling. Why? That is another topic. Now we will just for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, practicing something what is if you are not practicing anything, that is enough. Just close your eyes. Once deep inhale and exhale. Once we will chant the Om, and through that vibration of the Om, we will purify our inner space, and also we will purify the space around us. And that Om will make something what will completely change our feeling in the positive way. Inhale. And relax. Now, just be aware of your breathing process. Do not change the rhythm. Just observe and be aware. I am inhaling and I am exhaling. And just feel that exhalation is the passive. You do not need to exhale. You just relax. And when you relax, you are just exhale. And be aware of your breathing, that during the inhalation, like when you are putting the water in the glass, the level of that water is going up. And when water is going down, the level of water is going down. When you inhale, the level is going from the navel to the throat. And you repeat so. And during the exhalation, that level is going down. And you exhale, you are aware that it's going from the throat to the navel. Hum. Inhale, so, and exhale, hum. Like you are sitting on the beach and you are observing the sound of the waves, which is coming so and coming back hum. And just relax. Observe. Be aware that during the inhalation, the prana is entering in your body, not only through the nose, but also through your skin. That light is coming in your body. And with exhalation, just give positive thoughts, positive feelings. Let all be happy, healthy, peace, joy. And let all once come in that unity, yoga. Inhale, so, and exhale, hum, and just give. As much you give, that much you will get more energy. Just give support, positive thoughts, feelings to all. Sarvesham. And you will feel immediately that the center of your heart is expanding. That is that Ananda. Endless space. Just give. And with that feelings, we will chant Om. Inhale. Om. Naham Karatam Prabhudeepa Karatam Maham Prabhudeepa Kartahi Kevalam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And slowly move your fingers, shoulders. Rub your palms. And these warm palms put on your face muscles and slowly bow down. Feel the stretching of your spinal column. Feel the circulation to your head, to the eyes. Open your eyes and slowly come back. Here you go. With this, we will slowly finish. Thank you for inviting me, and it was my joy and privilege to be with you. And I hope that we will see each other somewhere. We are not so far. Hari Om, Your Excellency. It's nice to see you, and thank you once.
Thank you very much, Swamiji, for beautiful and all comprehensive presentation about the yoga in daily life. And I would like to invite His Excellency Raj Kumar Srivastava, Ambassador of India in Croatia, to address this meeting and reflect on the presentation.
Thank you, Yogacharya Miklets and Swami Vivek Puri. Good to see you again, this time virtually. I had the pleasure of meeting you many times and good to listen to you. I could not join at the start of this session, but I joined you after 10 minutes. So I could hear, I would say, 80% of what you said. And it's always a pleasure to listen, and pleasure and blissful and peaceful to listen to what you practice and what you say. You said many things which are very relevant for every human being to understand the life as it is, not the life as we want it to be or life as we perceive it to be, but the life as it is, which means the breathing. Life exists till you breathe in, till you breathe out. And we need to give attention to that. And that's why it is important to understand what is the tenets and what is the philosophy and what is the essence of pranayama. You mentioned about your name is Swami Vivek Puri, and just 9 days back, we celebrated the 159th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. So in that sense, some of the things that you mentioned are actually the teachings of Swami Vivekananda also. You mentioned about 4 paths to achieving the ultimate goal of human life. That is 4 descriptions of yoga. Ultimately, they are all connected, but yes, there are 4 paths. Depending on our character, we should choose one of them. And sometimes even we don't know that we have chosen one of those paths without knowing that actually we are doing karma yoga, or we are doing Raj yoga, bhakti yoga, or Gyan yoga. And Swami Vivekananda had explained it very, very beautifully that Raj yoga is about mind concentration, work is karma yoga, work for the work's sake is karma yoga, bhakti yoga is about devotion by forgetting yourself, and Gyan yoga is about trying to seek the knowledge so that you are fully aware. And that's where I think Vivek word in Hindi or Sanskrit comes in, that Vivek meaning that the kind of wisdom that you have to distinguish between the truth and untruth. And that is the Gyan yoga, the knowledge path. So sometimes we do a combination of this in our life. We are active at our work, but then we go to the temple or church and we actually do the bhakti yoga. and then we come back and try to think about the life, then at that time we are doing knowledge yoga, Gyan yoga. Or sometimes we actually sit down quietly and think, allow our mind to concentrate, sometimes for the outside world, sometimes for the inside, and that is the Raj Yoga. But if we decipher which one is the one which actually our genetic system or our past has made us to be specific to, then we should choose that path, because then it will be more satisfying and more, I would say, outcome oriented. But ultimately, I consider that living the moment to the best of your potential is what all these yoga teaches us. And all these four paths have one common element: forgetting the self. Forgetting the self in whatever you are doing, dropping the ego. And that is the time I think these practices of yoga, pranayama, and then higher level of what you mentioned about Kundalini, that will come once you have crossed the first few steps, where you can put your body and mind aside and go to the consciousness level. So I think it is very important to have these sessions in these times, especially when sometimes depression takes over and you realize that depression is actually an observation, it's not the reality. So if you can detach yourself, then no depression can touch you. But on the same count, no happiness should also not touch you, because it comes together. And that is what is bliss. Bliss, Swami Vivekananda explained, is when you don't have depression and you also don't have ecstasy. The combination of the two means that you are observing the life as it is. There may be negative parts, there may be positive parts, but you are not affected by it. And that is really the definition of bliss. And that comes by these practices, because you can actually see yourself neither the awaker nor the dreamer, but as a fourth self, which you are. And if that knowledge can come through Gyan Yoga, I think we have achieved the reason why we are human beings. Thank you very much. Very nice to see you. And let's keep going this conversation.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Yes, I thank everybody for joining this beautiful webinar, and I am inviting you in 2 weeks for our next webinar on the 3rd of February with one world expert on Nidra Yoga, Andre Riel. He devoted all his life to study of the Nidra Yoga. So we like to continue our webinars, bringing different flavors of yoga, different aspects of the yoga, to see that yoga is actually all aspects of our life. As Swami Puri mentioned, it means practicing yoga means living all aspects of life fully conscious. And thank you very much once again, Vivek Puriji, for your beautiful presentation, and all those who are present. Thank you all very much for sharing these moments, and see you next time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Carry on.
Carry on. Thank you.